Hey everyone, so today I wanted to sit down and have a chat with you all. Kind of a mixture of everything from gyms and getting over the overwhelming feeling of going to the gym for the first time, to trail runs, to yoga and stretching and everything encompassing the last 2 months of my life as far as training goes. So for any of you who follow me on Instagram and who have watched the last couple of videos that I've posted on my channel, it's mostly me talking about the fact that I have signed up for a Spartan race, and it's a lot of pictures of me at the gym and inspirational quotes that Reebok posts and just a mixture of everything. And I just wanted to have a chat with you guys because it's 2 months into the new year. This is usually around the time where a lot of people start giving up on working out or going to the gym, and it's hard. This is the hard part, I find, because this is just where you're slowly starting to make progress. It's small. It's probably not that noticeable. There are less and less people at the gym the more days that I go. By Wednesday, after Wednesday, like the rest of the week, the gym is basically empty around the time that I go, which is absolutely hilarious to me. But it's just, this is the hard part, and it's a matter of getting over the hard part. For any of you who have contemplated, even to this day, have contemplated, signing up for a gym, going to work out for the first time, and still haven't done it, and may have certain goals for the new year, your New Year's resolutions of working out and training and losing weight and getting that summer body. Honestly, the sooner you start, the better, just because if you leave it closer to the summer, you're just going to hate yourself and you're probably going to injure yourself, and it's just never going to get done. So obviously you want to start working out ASAP if that's your goal, to get that summer body. But if you are just looking to lose weight or get in shape, honestly, there's no way around it. It's just a matter of going and doing it and signing up for the gym. And there are a couple of things I would suggest, or just pieces of advice that I can give you guys. Like, just find a gym that's close by to where you live, or maybe where you work, and that's easy access to you. That's half the battle, because if something's close, it's just going to be easy to go to during the day or in the evening time or first thing in the morning. It's just going to be easier for you, and it's just not going to be as big of a hassle, and you're not going to make more excuses like there's going to be traffic, there's going to be this, that, and the other thing. Just find something close by, something that's going to work for you. Aside from that, going to the gym for the first time can be very overwhelming, even for myself. I mean, I'm not any different than the rest of you. I'm not an elite athlete. I'm not a personal trainer. I am just somebody that's looking to achieve a specific goal, to get my body in shape and to be strong enough to run a Spartan race and successfully. I think my main goal is to get the Spartan race that I've signed up for done in an hour. Whether that's realistic or not, probably not, but that I guess is my unrealistic or my goal for the year. Overall, honestly, going back to the gym for the very first time can be scary. It can be overwhelming. You walk in there, you kind of don't know where to begin, whether you've been working out for years. I mean, I've been going to the same gym for almost, I think, 7 years, so I'm very comfortable with the environment, but overall it can still be very overwhelming when you don't know where to begin. Best places to source information from is the personal trainers that work at the gym. If you can afford to get one, they're a great place, even for a couple of sessions. They can really kind of help you around the gym, kind of figure out what exactly you want to do with your body and show you workouts that'll help you achieve that. And if you really need somebody that can kick your ass and you can't do it yourself, personal trainer. If you sign up for a gym that offers classes and you don't want to necessarily go work with a personal trainer, classes are the half-ass easy way to go, basically because they're usually just over an hour. You can sweat a lot in them. Your workout is basically planned out for you. There are usually a ton of options. I mean, I go to a Good Life, so it's super easy because Good Life offers dozens of classes throughout the week for all hours of the day, and you just have to show up basically with a bottle of water, I would suggest, and a good pair of shoes. And that's about it. And just get ready to sweat a lot. That's probably another great way to go if you don't necessarily know workout-wise where to kind of begin. Classes are probably the least intimidating places to start, just because, again, everything's kind of already figured out for you. Plus, I have learned that a lot of the teachers are super knowledgeable. They really want to help you. They're there. They want to make sure that you're having a good time. They want to make sure you're doing it right, that you're not getting hurt either. So again, if you can start with classes, that's a great place to start. Now, if you're highly uncoordinated and really don't enjoy working out around people, and you're just like me and like to work out by yourself, if you're looking for places to kind of find some workouts or find out some knowledge, YouTube is a great place to find out knowledge about how to do certain workouts correctly, or certain motions or certain things correctly. I'm still trying to figure and nail down a burpee. I still am like not coordinated enough to do it. If you're at the gym and ever see me doing them and start laughing, yeah, I know. It looks like a hot mess. The other place that I have found fabulous workouts, it's like the world's greatest cheat sheet, which is Pinterest. Look up on Pinterest. It's free, super easy, it's cheap, you don't have to pay anything. So check out on Pinterest. There are tons of workout plans, workout options for races, for marathons, just every day. If you want to get that booty tightened up, there's tons of workouts on there. You can just type that in the search bar and search it, and you'll get tons of workouts. So check out Pinterest and YouTube. That's probably one of the best places to kind of begin as far as, finding workouts. Now, getting outside of that, I just wanted to throw that out there, maybe to give you guys a little peace of mind that are still struggling with kind of the world of the gym and how terrifying it can be. Getting outside of that conversation, the other thing that I've kind of gotten over, and I guess the one major battle and hurdle I've gotten over, is hating running. So my one source of anger and hatred for running, I figured out, was sourced from the treadmill. I have learned that I can't really set a pace on the treadmill. It's really hard for me to enjoy running on it. It's hard on my knee. It's hard. It's just overall, it can be very overwhelming and difficult for your legs, and to kind of really set a pace for yourself running on a treadmill. It's obviously easier running outside because you can see the distance you're running. You can get outside of your head. You're really your body is taking in kind of everything around you, in the environment around you, the ground, the elevation, if you're running up trails or hills or down hills, and you're breathing fresh air. It's not sweaty, it's not gross, it's not sticky, it's a whole different environment running outside versus running inside. I've basically narrowed down my cardio and sourcing it and basically getting it done on an elliptical machine. I have found that it's helped strengthen my legs quite a lot, which is, for me, usually I can run. If I have to run, I will run. I can get out of my head and just get into the motion of running. But if the strength in my legs and my knee, which is the source of problem, isn't there, then it's just not going to happen. I can't run 10K if my legs are collapsing and locking in on me. So really building the strength in my legs is kind of something I've learned over the years. So running and working, or not running, but doing cardio on an elliptical machine, I've learned, is probably the best route for me to go. And running outside has definitely changed my perspective on running. And just also, I've changed the environment that I've started running in. I finally went down to the park that I live nearby, and I had been planning to train in overall for Spartan during the summertime, and once the weather decides to figure out whatever it's doing, mostly because it's very, at least I would like to believe, it's very similar to kind of the environment that most Spartan races look like they're held in. There's a ton of trails, they're in the woods, there's a lot of mud, there's uphill, downhill. It's a very easy environment, but it's a very difficult environment as well, and I just love it. I have fallen in love with running in that park so much. I went for a run on Saturday. I posted 2 pictures of my legs covered in mud because everything started melting. It felt like it was probably 12 degrees outside on Saturday. I was wearing shorts, and now it feels like it's negative 10 degrees outside right now. So I don't know what's going on with the weather, but I would like for it to get its shit together so I can continue running outside, because I have fallen in love with running in that park. It's so different running outside. And a lot of people had told me this at the beginning of the year when I had started all all this shit, and I almost didn't want to believe them. I still really didn't enjoy running, and I still hated it, and I didn't realize until I really got to run outside how I learned so much within that first run. I learned so much about where my body is at, where it needs to be, what I need to work on. I learned a lot of things from that very first run, and even now from the runs afterwards. It's so different. My body and my cardio is so much better than I had thought it ever was on that treadmill. It's just completely different. The two worlds are very, very different. So I recommend, if you're looking to get into running, buy a good pair of compression pants, buy a good pair of running shoes, and just go run outside. Now, I've been running on trails, and I have my Salomons that also aren't regular running shoes. They have like ridges, and it almost looks like they have cleats on the bottom of them. I have posted a couple pictures. If anything, I'll post a picture whenever I post this video, so you guys can go ahead and check them out. They are a pair of speed cross runners. So basically, running up those muddy hills and running through the woods has been very easy for me. I've not slipped once, which is great, and I've seen a couple of runners slipping in front of me because it's super muddy, it's super wet everywhere, and they were wearing regular running shoes. So depending on what kind of running you are looking to tackle, look and do some research, check out the different types of shoes you can purchase, because there's hundreds of different kinds of shoes out there. So I enjoy running outside. Who fucking knew? So the other big update, and the one big other thing I would suggest for anyone out there who's kind of starting out working out and kind of struggling with their body and super sore and kind of just struggling with getting through their week of working out, I have started working out, and I'm basically working out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are my rest days, Thursday, Friday has been off, Saturday, it's usually Saturday or Fridays off, depending one or the other, and then Sunday I'll either as well go for a run or I'll go to the gym. Again, it all just depends on the weather. But Wednesdays are kind of my cheat rest days, because Wednesdays I've actually been going to a yoga class or a version of a yoga class, or I never remember what it's called, but it's one of the Yoga Fit class like things that Good Life does, and it's just changed my world completely. It has changed the way I breathe. It's helped with my stress levels. I mean, working out for me personally, it's not about the weight. It's not about getting on that scale and seeing a certain number, because that number means fucking dick all to me, really, to be completely honest. That's why I never get on a scale. The last time I got on a scale was at the beginning of the year, just to see kind of where I was out of curiosity, and last night was the first time since then I had gotten on a scale again, and apparently I lost 2 pounds. Again, what that number doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. For me, it's always looking in the mirror and how my body feels when I'm doing certain types of workouts, when I'm doing pull-ups, when I'm lifting a certain, amount of weight, if I can squat a certain amount of squats, or if I can run, or if I can push my legs further on an elliptical machine for longer. That means more to me than what that number represents, or obsessing over why my certain parts of my body don't look a certain way. I've kind of gotten out of that mindset and really gotten into not only just training, but remembering why I started working out. And for me, it really has a lot to do with just the stress and getting a lot of the anger out and just centering myself. And going and working out and going to the yoga classes has really changed a lot for me. And it's been really enlightening, because it really, again, helps me to breathe, center, and stretch out the right muscles. It's really taught me a bunch of workouts, or stretches I should say, where I've been putting those into my stretching at the end of my workouts. That has also changed my workouts completely, taking anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes at the end of my workout to stretch every part of my body. That has helped significantly and has changed things completely for me, and it's been great. It's just changed. I wake up in the morning and I'm not sore. I may be sore for that 10 minutes where I'm stretching my hamstrings and my thighs and my quads and everything out, and everything really fucking hurts and I want to cry from the pain. But at the same time, when I wake up in the morning, I can get out of bed with no problem and no stress. So I would highly recommend for anybody that's getting into running or really putting a toll or taking a toll on their muscles and is really having a hard time with feeling sore, you have to stretch at the end of your workout, or make sure you stretch at some point of the week. You should ideally be stretching at the end of your workouts, but wherever you can squeeze it in, start doing it. The more regularly you start doing it, the better you're going to start feeling about it. I would suggest becoming best friends with those giant foam rollers. My gym is littered with them. They make you want to cry and feel like you're going in labor from the pain that they give you, but honestly, they will save the world of pain, especially if you're feeling it in your quads and your thighs. Lay down face first with the foam roller under your leg and start pulling and pushing yourself along this thing. It's going to change your life in the morning, especially if you're feeling a lot of pain in the mornings. So that's basically it as far as updates and suggestions and advice. I hope all of you are having fun at the gym. If any of you have questions, please leave them in the comments section down below, or any stories. You guys can always reach me through my Instagram, through Twitter, and mostly through the comment section down below. It's probably the easiest. But I would love to hear where you guys are at and where you're going, and maybe goals or new goals, or how everything's been going again at the gym. And aside from that, work out safely, stretch out well, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.